My wife left me for her affair partner. A little over a year ago, I found out my wife was having an affair. We divorced, and she currently is still with her affair partner. I was really, really bitter and angry at her for throwing away a 15-year marriage, just like that. But all this time alone has led me to do a lot of self-reflecting. And I realized there were times that I didn't treat her very well. I had trouble controlling my temper at times. I never laid a hand on her. But I would throw objects out of anger. I've made her cry. I've said some mean things to her in the past. She's a pretty passive person, and she really never said mean things back to me. I focused on all the things she didn't do and rarely took time to appreciate the things she did. When we fought, there were a few times that I told her if she was so unhappy, then she should divorce me. Well, I got my wish. Her affair partner is absolutely smitten with her. The few times that I have seen them together, I can tell by the look in his eyes that he's in love with her. They go out on date nights regularly. He brings her food to her workplace when she has to work late. He encourages her to pursue her hobbies and tells her how beautiful she is. I know this because I got angry and called him a loser and asked her what she saw in him. And she told me these are things I should have done with her. I never took her out on her birthday or our anniversary. I didn't try hard enough, and it just really sucks that someone is trying harder than me and won her. I don't even know why I'm writing this. Maybe to warn others to keep a close eye on your marriage before it fell apart like mine. She's not blameless for having the affair, but I wasn't blameless either for not treating her right. This is the OP's confession. Now let's take a look at the comments. You were abusive. But you don't call it that. Make sure you know you did abuse her. Make sure you don't forget that you're capable of that. And never, ever do it again. OP, we had good times in between, but that doesn't excuse my behavior. I wasn't her safe place, and she sought it somewhere else. Yes, I thought he was describing verbal and emotional abuse as well, because what he described is very much how my husband treated me. Comment. Well done for taking ownership of your issues. Work on that anger. Never throw or destroy shit in rage. It's best to leave first, calm down, and confront things later when level heads prevail. Stop looking at her relationship with her AP and move on. What she did was also wrong, and it's best you realize that she is no angel. A decent person would have divorced first before climbing into bed with someone else. OP. She said she wanted to tell me sooner, but she was afraid of how I would react, which is fair enough. Comment. Good for her finding someone who appreciates her as a person and doesn't see her as a household appliance. You need to see a therapist and stop minimizing your actions that drove her into someone else's arms. In any other circumstance, I'd say everyone sucks here, but you admitted to throwing things and yelling at her, to treating her poorly. You ended your marriage with DV before you ever got to divorce court. OP. OP. I never threw things at her. I threw things on the ground when I got frustrated. I never laid a hand on her. Response. Where you threw it doesn't matter. You took her safety. You promised in front of a witness you would protect her and love her, and you did neither of those things. You lost her, and rightly so. Comment. It's good that you realize how you drove her away with your abuse and neglect. OP. I wasn't angry every day, but I had a stressful job, and I regret taking it out on her. I never threw things at her, only on the ground when I got frustrated. But I can see now how that activated her fight or flight response and always kept her on edge waiting for the next outburst. It just sucks learning it the hard way. Response. Regardless of whether you threw things on the floor at her, it's violent behavior. Of course she looked for someone who made her feel safe. I hope you're going to therapy to work on your anger issues so it doesn't carry over into your next relationship. Comment. By your own words, you were absolutely a shitty partner. Honestly, sound like a scary person too. But the great news is you recognize it. The hard part is changing. You can do that, but own how your actions affect others and own that it's not okay, which it sounds like you have. I highly recommend therapy. I also recommend completely removing your ex off every platform. It's time to mold yourself into a great man. I'm sorry this happened to you. The affair was her fault. You can't blame yourself for that. It takes two to make or break a marriage. You may have done some things wrong, but it's on her about the affair. Go find your partner and be happy. OP. The affair was her fault, but if I hadn't made her cry, then maybe she wouldn't have sought solace somewhere else. I agree with that. Maybe if she and you worked on it together too. Never an excuse to cheat. She should have left first. That would have been wake-up call for you, and maybe you could have reconciled. But the way she did it, I guess, I have a problem with it because she didn't give you a chance. What I'm trying to say is, don't blame yourself. Seek therapy and try to improve yourself so you don't make the same mistakes again. Shame on your wife for cheating on you. She should have left before stepping out. OP. I'm starting therapy. My ex said I need to find out the root of my anger even though it's too late for her. She said she wanted to tell me earlier that she met someone, but she was afraid I would lose my composure. Well, one thing, your bad behavior does not constitute nor excuse having an affair. She advising you that your behavior needs to be changed, or she is out as the adult way to handle it. Sure, accept your issues and grow from it. Don't accept her poor choice of an affair is on you. It ain't. OP, she said she tried to talk to me about our issues when we fought, but she shut down when I threatened divorce. I see. Been there. I was not a listener. Anger issues. Not until my wife said straighten out or she is gone did I realize I was screwing up royally. My wife did not stray, but she was serious. I finally listened. At this juncture, you can take it as a lessened, learned, get a handle on your behavior. There will be another along soon enough. It is up to you to make it work. Final comment. That's a tough read. Any idea why you didn't value her when she was with you? I mean, you said you didn't treat her well. Why was that? OP. I got complacent. I guess she always put up with me, so I didn't have any motivation to change myself. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Peace.